Yeah, I mean, first a shout out to Justin and his group. I really admired them last year and this year, and they have a really good squad there that when they get healthy and get all their guys, they'll even be stronger with those guys. And he's just done a really wonderful job with flipping the script down here. And a shout out to their group in general. For us, yeah, it's nice to get over 80 points, which is a relief. But your defense tells you if you've won or lost, and the score tells you the points and how many you've won by. So our defense has been remaining solid for about I think 5 or 6 of these games, and we continue to harp on our defense. But we found a way, and again, I just great credit to these guys. They've worked extremely hard the last 7 to 10 days of just trying to solve some of our issues and simplify some things. And we just had really good contributions really across the board. Just everyone earned their minutes out there and did something. And we didn't drop our head, and we just kept fighting.
We talked about both games last weekend when you had really good first halves, but you couldn't quite keep it going in the second half. And it looked like maybe tonight was going to go that way as well when they, Nordo gets that 3 and they go up 5 and midway through the fourth quarter. How did you have to stay strong in the down the stretch tonight to get the win?
Well, I think, again, you have to lean into adversity, and you have to lean into when things aren't going well, and our guys continue to just show up and work, and our work ethic is fantastic. And at halftime we said, listen, we've been in this spot now 2 times in a row. What is going to be our response for the next 20 minutes? And I think they just, found a way and made enough stops and made enough plays. And again, they didn't drop their head and fought through some things. So I just credit them for the last 7 to 10 days of all the work they've been doing. And it's not pretty, but it's effective.
You talked about your defense, and your defense is now becoming the lead again with this team this season. And like you did touch on, I think it was on Sunday, once you're not picking the ball up out of the hoop as much, your defense can get better as well, and your offense will flow from that. I mean, is your defense helping you now starting to find some offensive flow? Yeah,
I mean, hopefully that we're creating some opportunities through our defense to, get some earlier points in the first 8 seconds of the clock and creating a little bit of a havoc here and there and being disruptive. And that is hopefully contributing to our trying to get more than 80 points. And then I'm just looking at the stats now. I don't know when the last time we went to the line 27 times, but it's been something, again, we've been harping on about driving the ball into the paint and just being relentless in those areas. And that also continued to help us. So we have room to grow, which is nice. But when you win on the road, you just kind of just stay very humble and thank the basketball gods, and you just move on.
And speaking of the defense, the rim protection you get from Will is it's something that no other team in the league has. And going up against Tyrell tonight, it was a big challenge for him, but I think he did a terrific defensive job there. I mean, it's a nice defensive weapon to have, isn't it?
I mean, he's a wonderful player, obviously, and he's done so much for us, obviously, last year and all 3 years. But the big thing is, knock on wood, that he's healthy and he's up and about and he's playing 20 to 25 minutes and really being impactful. And we're trying to use him a little bit more offensively too, which has been helpful. So those things are all really positives. But we had Fab in there getting his X amount of minutes. We had Gigi in there getting his minutes. And kind of triple teaming the post down there against their bigs, and that wear down factor hopefully was enough to keep Harrison down. He's turned into a wonderful player himself, actually.
Gorjak even hit a 3 as well, which was nice. Last one to you, Scott, and then I'll get to
you. Yeah, sure.
Craig Sword, I mean, he had a massive impact on this game as well. He found a couple of shots late in the game which were important, but he made massive defensive plays. There was one that I think was early in the second quarter. He grabbed the rebound out of Harrison's hands, and that led to a 3 for Drummond. He looks like he's now starting to find ways to contribute.
Well, again, when we signed him, I've said this before, we signed him to be a disruptive player to guard bigger guards that we would run against with the team that we thought we would enter the season with. And so he's morphed into trying to do some other things offensively, which is not one of his high skill sets. His skill set is to defend, rebound, and slash, and bring energy. And he's always been a very good open corner three shooter. And so he's finding his way here and there, and it's a real positive of us, and it allows us to, get Milton, our wings, some breaks at the time, and he did a wonderful job tonight.
I only just noticed this. You were plus 19 in his 17 minutes. That probably says a lot.
Yeah, I mean, again, the time that he was on the floor, he's scrapping around the ball, and he just has a nose for the ball. And again, we brought him in for those particular reasons. Anytime that we can get 8, 10 points out of him, that's a big win for us.
Jook, must be a good feeling just to get the win under your belt after two really solid performances last week. You couldn't quite get over the line.
Yeah, definitely feel good. It's a reward for us. We work hard all week, and obviously the last two times hasn't went our way, and tonight they went our way, and obviously just sticking to what we do every day, losing or winning, it's just doing our way.
It was a hell of a start to the game. As a playing group, were you focused to come out and make a statement early? I think you were 13-1 after the first 4 minutes, and then you were leading 28-9 early in the second quarter. Was the real focus to make a statement early in this game?
We've been struggling a little bit to start the season, in the first quarters, to put points on the board. And obviously, it's going to be collective things and come out aggressive, do all the little things, and see what happens.
How did you remain confident late in the game? Because, as I talked to Scott about, you weren't quite able to hold on to the leads in those two games last week, and then you lose the lead again tonight. How were you able to turn the tide and get the momentum back in your favour?
The Yankees way, grit and grind, baby. That's it. You just grit and grind.
It really was. It felt like a game where your toughness came to the fore. Is that something that you're pretty proud of?
Yeah, that's something we hang our hats on. Obviously, the game, we haven't had a 40-minute game yet, and we've been having great patches throughout the game, but it's just to get to that 2 quarters, 3 quarters to a 40-minute game. And tonight, I think we play close to 3 quarters, and for us to get that solid 3 quarters to the fourth quarter, that's going to be huge for us going forward. So we're just sticking to the little thing that we work on throughout the week and just trying to execute.
You've obviously now come into the starting lineup. You're playing pretty big minutes, and you're playing a big role in this team. Are you pretty happy with the way you're travelling?
For me as a player, I haven't been really big on starting or coming off the bench. It's just about staying ready and do what the team needs for us to win. For me to get to the starting lineup, that's what the team needed, then I'm always going to be ready.
How are you enjoying some of these defensive assignments? You spent a lot of time on Montrez back on Sunday last week, and you did your best to try to not get bullied despite probably giving up 30 kilos up against him, and then you spent a fair bit of time trying to defend Tyrell tonight as well. How are you enjoying these sort of big man matchups?
Obviously, you're just trying to do the best that you can, and when you have other 4 guys behind you, which is they're going to help you, and having Will that can the best defensive big man in the league, it kind of gives you a little leeway to kind of gamble a little bit, knowing that he has that protection in the back.
Thanks very much, guys. That's all from me.
Thanks, Chris. We're good?
Good. Yeah.
All right, thanks.